All right, guys. I just got off the phone with one of my subscribers, guy from Massachusetts. He called me and we had a nice chat. Real cool guy. He's an air conditioning guy, and he said he's a Republican, but he loves the channel. He gets, he enjoys it. And we had a really nice conversation. He said his kids live down here, or his daughter lives in Florida, and he would like to have lunch, man. Next time he comes and visits, he'd like to come to Sarasota, see what it's all about, and have lunch. And I totally welcome that, man. I would love to, I love talking to people and getting to know other people, and I'm a pretty friendly guy, so I encourage that. As long as you're not packing a fucking AR-15, we're all good, guys. So here's what I'm doing. You're probably wondering what the fuck I'm up to here. Well, I went outside, went in my garage and dug out another air compressor. It's a little heavier and bigger than the one I used yesterday for this thing. It's a Bostitch, 6 horsepower, 6-gallon tank. It at 90 psi, it puts out 2.7 cubic feet per minute. It should be fine for this saw. So I'm going to do another shot with this saw, with the correct blade in it and the correct air compressor. For you guys who, maybe you want to put your fucking earplugs on. Somebody will be bitching about the noise for sure. But I cut one off, and you saw the struggles I was having with this, trying to cut this stop off. I'm going to do the same exact cut on this one with the saw, with a different blade and the correct. I got to get this thing set at 90 psi. So, and this thing needs I need to get a pressure switch on this, because it just keeps running and then the fucking relief goes off and it just keeps doing that. So I need a new pressure switch on this, which is no problem. All I did was open the bleeder valve down there and got it so that it stays at like 125. And that's it, man. So we'll give it a shot. It's going to get noisy, boys, but you're all big boys. You can handle it. Got a lot of incoming fire about my fucking cheap-ass Chinese fucking Sawsall. But Johnny's got a surgery to do. I gotta cut this shut-off valve off, man. Yeah, I gotta cut it off. Where the fuck is this thing? Let's get up close here. Get right up on this motherfucker. Alright, let me turn this on. Put your earmuffs on, pussies. That's a solid piece of brass, basically about 5/8 or maybe even 3/4 of an inch thick. Obviously, I'm not going to be cutting that thick. The blade is still in good condition. I think this is a great tool, man, for the job that I needed. I need to be able to put it in cinder block. I need to be able to put this thing in cinder block and make a cut, man. And I can just show you the size of all of my Sawzalls compared to this. Some of them are 3 times the size, man. And they're animals. It's not smooth, man. You know, it'll fucking beat up that sanitary tea. So I think this is a great tool for that one job. That's what I bought it for. I didn't buy it to use it every day, guys. So I'm sold on this. I think it's a great option to have another option, especially working in a fucking hole, Johnny Hardhat here. I mean, I can get in here and cut valves out with no fucking problem, you know? I might even be able to dig that piece of shrapnel out of fucking Trump's ear with this. Yeah. Anyways, I think it's a great tool. I'm sure there are going to be detractors, mostly on the fucking religious right side of things, but yeah. Let me go get a piece of copper and see how quick it cuts a piece of 1/2-inch copper. Alright guys, I'm going to try to cut this 1/2-inch copper. Sawsall, which is actually the smallest one I had. So I think it's a great tool. It works for me, and that's really all it has to Hey guys, so this little saw, it's actually designed for cutting sheet metal. It explicitly says in the directions to not cut really thick shit. I think it said something about 18 gauge or something like that. I don't know. I'm obviously using it outside of the parameters it was built for. But I think it's gonna work, man. I'm happy with it, and that's really all that matters. This air compressor will do the trick. I'll clean it up, maybe put it on a little dolly so I can roll it in and out of places, and I'll keep it on my truck because I keep an air compressor on my truck because you just never know when you're gonna need air. I do have a 50-foot hose, and this thing's in really good condition, man. A lot of the cutting that I was doing, I still had the bleeder valve open underneath, and that wasn't helping the situation. I should have, as soon as I started using the tool, I should have closed that valve, the bleeder valve. There's no condensation. Hey guys, I thought I'd try another angle with my camera. I think this is probably not a good thing. Anyways, I'm kidding. I just woke up, guys, because I don't go out of the house anymore. It's too fucking hot out there. I put together that little video about the Sawsall. I like it. And with all, I was thinking, man, about that development that flooded out there, with all the development going on around it. And they were saying, you know, how come our retention pond is almost empty? I'll bet you, I will just bet you that somebody left a fucking balloon plug in a storm drain. And it happens, leaving plugs in shit happens all the fucking time. And I'll bet you, when it's all said and done, somebody left a balloon plug in a storm drain, which rendered it fucking inoperable, useless. And so those people, if that's the case, they're going to have a little bit of recourse to get their houses fixed. I just hope and pray that, you know, these poor people, man, I mean, they're in dire straits, man. It's terrible what's happened to them. They weren't even in a flood zone, and the place flooded like you wouldn't believe, and it's still flooded to this day. The county one of the county supervisors said that, you know, when the water recedes, we'll be able to get cameras in here. And I would say they need to post guards on these, you know, because something happened, man. That shit was caused by a mistake. And shit happens, man. I guarantee you somebody could have quit their job. Supposed to, you know, there's a lot of turnover down here. Who knows what happened. Balloon plugs in storm drains is not uncommon, man, when they're under test. And who knows? So we'll see. If you can, how about some prayers, thoughts and prayers for them people? Yeah, I know those words are hollow these days, but all right, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's going to do it for Johnny today. I'm tired, man, and I can't go out of the house. It's just too fucking hot. I went out and had a great breakfast, and then I came home. Yep, this is what I do. It's pretty fucking sad, man.